Grade 3. In this video we will talk about comparing fractions. If you look to these two pizza, I will see that they are the same size, like this. They are the same size. Okay. And if I split this pizza, okay, this one into 2 parts, okay, and this one into 4 parts, 4 equal parts, like this. Okay, and I asked you, you will take one part from here, you will take just one part, and you will take one part from here. You will take how many? You will take which part? Okay, mister, I will take the greater part. Which part is great? This one? Huh? Or this part? Which is great? Which is more? Yeah, this part is more. Okay, so I can say that this is just one part out of 2, and this part out of what? 4. So I can say that 1 over 2 is greater than 1 over 4. Okay, 1 over 2 is greater than what? 1 over 4. Okay, you understand now? You just have one pizza. Okay, once you split it into 4 parts, you just distribute 1 over 4. You will take a small piece. You will take a small piece. But if the denominator like this one is small, you will take more. So again, if I have like, for example, if I have 1 over 5 and 1 over 4, okay, mister, I will split this one into how many parts? 4. Okay, so I will take 1 part out of 4, and this one I will split it into 5 parts. Which is more? I will take more where? When I split this one into 4, or when I split this one into 5 parts? Okay, mister, no, I will take more. If I split this one into 4 parts, I will take 1 part out of 4. Okay, so we can extract an important rule from here. When they are like numerator, like this, like numerator, the number above is the same like this number here. Like numerator, like mean the same, like numerator, okay, the same. Look to the smaller denominator. Look to the smaller denominator. If you find the smaller denominator, this is the bigger fraction. So 1 over 3 is greater than or 1 over 4? Yes, 1 over 3 is greater than what? So we can find an important rule from here. If I have 1 over 4 and 1 over 3. Mister, I see that they are like numerator. Like numerator. And they are different in the denominators, as I see. 3 and 4. Which is great, mister? 1 over 3 or 1 over 4? Okay, mister. Let's see. نشوف كده. This is a model. Okay. And I split this model. Copy. And paste it like this. No, paste it. Okay, so they have the same size now, but the first model on the right, I will split it into 3 parts like this. Into 3 parts. And the left one, I will split it into 4 parts. Okay. Okay, mister, you will take more where, yeah, mister? If I split it, yes, exactly. I just will take 1 part here, and I will take 1 part, which is great, mister. Yeah, if I split it into 3 parts, so 1 over 3 is greater than 1 over 4. So, mister, if they have the same numerator, the fraction who has a smaller denominator is the greater fraction. Okay, so 1 over 3 is greater than what? 1 over 4. Okay, 1 over 5 and 1 over 6, which is they are like numerator, right? So which fraction has a smaller denominator? Yes, this one. So I can say that 1 over 5 is greater than 1 over 6. Okay? Okay, mister. So 1 over 5, 1 over 4, mister, like numerator. So which one has a smaller denominator? Yeah, this one, 4. So this one is a greater fraction. I have another method to find which fraction is greater. If I have 1 over 4 and 1 over 3, this method called a butterfly method. The butterfly is like the butterfly. Okay, let's see. Like this. 3 times 1 equal what? 3. Okay, and 4 times 1 equal what? 4. Which is great? 4 or 3? 4. So this fraction is greater. 1 over 3 is greater than 1 over what? 4. Again, if I have 1 over 6 and 1 over 7, okay, by using butterfly method, like this, 1 times 7 equals 7, and 6 times 1 equals what? 6. So which one has more, 7 or 6? Yes, 7. So this fraction is greater. 1 over 6 is greater than 1 over 7. Let's see the examples to keep it. Okay, so if I give you a multiple of fractions like 1 over 2 and 1 over 3 and 1 over 9 and 1 over 8, and I asked you to arrange this number descendingly. Descendingly mean from the great fraction to the smaller fraction. So the great fraction, okay, here, who has a smaller denominator. Okay, mister, a smaller denominator. So the first one will be 1 over 2. And which one is the small denominator from the left? Yeah, 3 or 9 or 8? Yes, 3. So 1 over 3. Okay, mister, and one, which is small? 1 over 8 or 1 over 9? Yes, 1 over 8. So I need the greater. Okay, which is great now, 1 over 8 or 1 over 9? Okay, which is great now, 1 over 9 or 1 over 8? Okay, mister, the greater fraction who has a smaller denominator. So this one is what? 1 over 8 is greater than 1 over 9. Okay, and the last one will be 1 over 9. Okay, another question. If I have 1 over 4 and 1 over 2 and 1 over 7 and 1 over 5, okay, and they asked you to arrange these numbers ascendingly. Ascendingly mean from the small fraction to the bigger fraction. So which fraction here is a small? Okay, mister, I see here that they are like numerator. Okay, mister, when they are like numerator, the bigger denominator to the smaller fraction. So which one has a bigger denominator? 1 over 7. So 1 over 7 is the smallest fraction. Okay, 1 over 7 is the smallest fraction. From the left, I need a bigger denominator, and the bigger denominator for the smaller fraction. So 1 over 5. Okay, and then, yes, 1 over 4. And lastly, I have 1 over 2. As I see here, from these two examples, I have here one part out of how many? Out of 4, and this one out of 2 part. So you will take more where? Yes, when I take 1/2, this is more. So 1 over 2 is greater than 1 over 4. Okay, so another way or another method by butterfly method. Okay, like if I have two fractions like this, okay, I will multiply, like the butterfly. 2 times 5, 10. Okay, 5 times 4, 20. So which is greater, 20 or 10? I see, mister, that 20 is greater. So 4 over 5, I can say that 4 over 5 is greater than 2 over 5. Okay, let's compare by using greater than or equal. Okay, 1 over 3 is greater than or smaller than or equal to 1 over 6. Okay, mister, they are like numerator. So who has a smaller denominator is the greater fraction. So I have 1 over 3 is greater than what? 1 over 6. Okay, perfect. 1 over 2 is greater than or equal to or smaller than 1 over 8. Mister, like numerator, so the smaller fraction be the smaller fraction who has a bigger denominator. So I have 1 over 2 is greater than 1 over 8. Okay, mister. Or you can also use the butterfly method. Okay, the butterfly methods, 4 times 1 equals 4, 3 times 1 equal 3. Which is great, 4 or 3? Huh? I see, mister, that 4 is greater than 3, so 1 over 3 is greater than 1 over 4. Okay, so which one you like? Do it. 6 times 1 will be 6, and 4 times 1 will be what? 4. Which one has more? Yes, mister, I see that 1 over 4 is greater than, I see that 1 over 4 is greater than 1 over 6, okay, because 6 is greater than 4. Okay, you can solve this by yourself, E, F, G, H to test yourself. Another question, put greater than, more than, or smaller than, or equal to. So 1 over 2 is greater than 1 over 6, or less than, or equal to. Okay, I see, mister, that they are like numerator. So the greater fraction who has a smaller denominator. So 1 over 2 is greater. Okay, 1 over 3 and 1 over 8 like numerator. The greater fraction who has a smaller denominator. Like this, 1 over 3. Okay, 1 and 1 here. So the greater fraction who has a smaller denominator. Okay, 1 over 4. Okay, mister, this is 1 whole. 1 whole is greater than any unit fraction. 1 whole is greater than any unit fraction. So 1/4 is greater than 1 over 5, 1 over 6, 1 over 7, and so on. 1 whole is greater than any unit fraction. Okay, mister, 4 over 4 and 1 over 4. Okay, mister, this is 1 whole, mister. And you told me that 1 whole is greater than any unit fraction. Mister, 1 over 5 and 1 over 6. Mister, like numerator, the greater fraction who has a smaller denominator, so 1 over 5 is greater than 1 over 6. Again, order the fractions from the least to the greatest. I need the least fraction, okay? And the least fraction is what? Who has a bigger denominator. Which one? Yes, exactly, 1 over 8. So I will start by writing 1 over 8. And cancel it from here. So I have 1 over 4 left and 1 over 2. Which one has a greater denominator? Yes, 1 over 4. So who has a greater denominator? Is the greater or the smaller fraction? Okay, mister, who has a greater denominator is the smallest fraction. So 1 over 4 is smaller, so I need the small. And lastly, I have 1 over 2. The next one. 1 over 12, 1 over 7, 1 over 9, 1 over 5. Which one has a greater denominator to be the smallest fraction? Yes, 1 over 12. So 1 over 12. And then, yes, 1 over 9. Okay. And 1 over 7. And what? Lastly, I have 1 over 5. Okay. The next one, 1 over 5 and 1 over 3, 1 over 6, 1 over 10. Okay. I need the least. So search for the bigger denominator to be the smallest fraction or the least fraction. So I see here 1 over 10 is the least fraction, 1 over 10. And then go to 1 over 6 because it's who has a greater denominator is the smallest fraction. And 1 over 5. And lastly I have 1 over 3. Okay. You can solve these questions to test yourself. And also order these from least to the greatest. Order from least to the greatest. Order the fraction from the greatest to the least. And this is the opposite. From the greatest fraction to the least fraction. The greatest fraction who has what? Yes, a smaller denominator. So I have 1 over 4, the first fraction. And then, yes, 1 over 6. Okay. And then I have 1 over 8. Okay. The next one. 1 over 2, 1 over 4, 1 over 3, 1 over 6. I need the greater fraction. The greater fraction who has a smaller denominator. Yes. 1 over 2. Okay. And then 1 over 3. Yes. And then 1 over 4. And then I have 1 over 6. Okay, the next one, 1 over 2, 1 over 4, 1 over 7, 1 over 5. Who has a smaller denominator is the greatest fraction, or the greater fraction. 1 over 2, like this, is the greater, and then 1 over 4, and then 1 over 5, and lastly I have 1 over 7.